Welcome all. I'm your host, Deko Mohammed. Today, want to focus on financial management. The topic is internal rate of return, IRR, internal rate of return. I still remind you, please subscribe, like, and share for more free lessons. You're welcome. So under IRR, remember we did the net present value, we did NBV and payback. You can still refer in this channel of mine, Deko Mohammed. That video is still available for payback and NBV. So as for IRR, internal rate of return, you have to know the formula. After the formula, you also need to know how to calculate the NBV because you're still going to apply the NBV. So here on the board I'm having an illustration. Before that, let me give the formula for IRR. I show the formula for IRR. Remember that IRR is equal to, we take lower discounting rate, LDR, lower discounting rate, plus, then we take NBV at lower discounting rate, then we divide with NBV at lower discounting rate, then subtract NBV at higher discounting rate. After that, then we multiply with higher discounting rate, subtract lower discounting rate. So we take the LDR, then we add the NBV at lower discounting rate. We divide with the NBV at lower discounting rate, subtract the NBV at higher discounting rate, then multiply by higher discounting rate, subtract from lower discounting rate. Now you can see where you already know that IRR is the internal rate of return. So we can say LDR is the lower discounting rate. LDR is the lower discounting rate. Then we can say NBV, this is net present value. Then HDR, this is higher discounting rate, higher discounting rate. Now, after knowing the formula, now we want to apply this question. The question goes like this. A business undertakes a high-risk investment and it hires you as the manager, requires a minimum expected rate of return of 17% on investment. A proposed capital investment has the following expected cash flows. We have the years and cash flow. Year 0, negative 50,000. Year 1, 18,000. Year 2, 25,000. Year 3, 20,000. Year 4, 10,000. I repeat. A business undertakes high-risk investment and it hires you as the manager, requires a minimum expected rate of return of 17% on investment. A proposed capital investment has the following expected cash flows. You have the years and the cash flow. Year 0, negative 50,000. Year 1, 18,000. Year 2, 25,000. Year 3, 20,000. Year 4, 10,000. Required, using internal rate of return, advise the management on whether to undertake the investment. Using internal rate of return, advise the management on whether to undertake the investment. So before we advise, first we have to identify the internal rate of return. And we want to advise, the advice of internal rate of return is that if the IRR is greater than the expected return, then we accept. But if it is less, we reject. Now let's find out the IRR. We have the formula. So we have first to get the NBV at the lower discounting rate, and also we need to get the NBV at higher discounting rate. We already have the discounting rate at 17%. So therefore, we can say, let's have first the years. So we have here years. Remember, this year 0, this is the initial cash outlay. This year 0 is the initial cash outlay. We are going to subtract later to find the NBV. But we can begin with year 1. So we have year 1. We also have year 2. We have year 3. Year 4. After the years, we have the cash flow. We have the cash flow. So we have the cash flow. The cash flow for year 1 is 18,000. The cash flow for year 1 is 18,000. The cash flow for year 2 is 25,000. 25,000. The cash flow for year 3 is 20,000. 20,000. The cash flow for year 4 is 10,000. So after the cash flow, now we want to get the NBV at the 17%. So we want to get the present value interest factor at 17%. So that we get the present value. So you can say present value interest factor at 17%. At 17%. At 17%. Now, normally, this is normally given in a table. It's normally given in a table for you to get this present value. When you have the table, when you want to get these values, normally in the table we have the years, we have the years and also the rate. So if it is 1%, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. If it is 2%, 3%, up to 24%. Now, if you want to look at 17%, you go where we have 17%, then you look the corresponding years. But as for easier, you can also get the reciprocal. You can just say the rate is 17%. We can just say 1 plus 17% is 0.17. So we add here 0.17, then we raise to -1. That will give us the interest factor for year 1. For year 2, we take 1 plus 0.17, we raise to -2. Then for year 3, we take 1 plus 0.17, we raise to -3. For year 4, we take 1 plus 0.17, then raise to -4. That will give us the present value interest factor at 17%. After that, we will get the present value. We will get the present value. Now let's take the calculator and find out. So first, for us to get the present value, we are going to multiply the cash flow with the present value. So we are going to take 80,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.17 raised to -1. So if I take 1 plus 0.17, it comes to 1.17. If I raise to -1, then I multiply by 18,000. I multiply by 18,000. I'm getting 15,000. I'm getting 15,385. 385 to the nearest decimal places. 1 decimal place, 15,385. Then next, we take 1 plus 0.17. 1 plus 0.17. Then raise to -2. Raise to -2. Then multiply by 25,000. Multiply by 25,000. This comes to 18,263. 18,263. Next, we take 1 plus 0.17, then raise to -3, then multiply by 20,000. Multiply by 20,000. I'm getting 12,487. 487. Next, 1 plus 0.17 raised to -4, then multiply by 10,000. Multiply by 10,000. So I'm getting 5,337. Now this will give me the present value. Now here I can get the total present value. Here you can have the total present value, total BV, total present value. So I add 15,385, add to 18,263, add to 12,487, then add to 53,37, 5337. I'm getting 51,472. 51,472. Remember that this is the total present value. We already have the cash outlay as 50,000. you are told in the question the cash outlay is 50,000. Now what you need to do, now we less initial cash outlay of 50,000. Now this will give us the NBV. So how much? Subtract 50,000. 1472. This is the NBV. This is the NBV at 17% at the lower discounting rate. Now we need to find out the NBV at higher discounting rate. Now we need to choose. Remember, this is now NBV. This is our NBV. We were using 17%. Now I want to use a different rate that will give us a negative NBV. Because this is a positive NBV, we want to choose a rate that will give us a negative NBV, and that rate must be higher than this. So if I choose, let me choose 24%. So if I choose 24%, that means we need to get first the present value interest factor at 24%. At 24%, then we will get the present value. We will get the present value. We will get the present value. Now, let's find out at 24%. So here we'll have 1 plus 0.24. 1 plus 0.24 raised to negative 1. 1 plus 0.24 raised to negative 2. 1 plus 0.24 raised to negative 3. 1 plus 0.24 raised to negative 4. Just the way we did the other rate. Now, we need to find out, we have already found the 24%. Now we need to multiply with the cash flow for us to get the present value. So if I take 1 plus 0.24, then raised to negative 1, then that I multiply with 18,000. Multiply by 18,000. I'm getting 14,516. I'm getting 14,516. Next, I have 1 plus 0.24 raised to negative 2. Then multiply by 25,000. I'm getting 16,259. Next is 1 plus 0.24. 1 plus 0.24. Then we raise to negative 3. Then multiply with 20,000. Multiply by 20,000. That gives me 10,000. 10,490. 10,490. Next, 1 plus 0.24 raised to negative 4. Then multiply by 10,000. I'm getting 4,230. 4230. Now we need to get the total present value. We take 14,516, then add to 16,259, then add to 10,490, then add to 4230. So I'm getting 45,495. Now we need to less the 50,000, which is the initial cash outlay. So answer minus 50,000. Need to get minus. I'm getting minus 45,05. So this is our NBV, which is 45,05. Remember, this is our NBV at lower discounting rate at 17%, while this is the NBV at higher discounting rate, which is 24%. Now we have the NBV at lower discounting rate. We also have the NBV at higher discounting rate. Just now we just we just now use the formula for us to get the IRR. Now let's start with the lower discounting rate. Lower discounting rate is 17%. So it takes 17 divided by 100, that comes to 0.17. So we take 0.17, we add NBV at low discounting rate, that is 17%, which was 1472. Then you divide NBV at low discounting rate, which is still 1472, subtract NBV at higher discounting rate, which is 4505, but it is minus. So it is minus 4505. Then multiply this by higher discounting rate, which is 24, which is 0.24. Subtract lower discounting rate, which is 0.17. Now we take 0.17 plus, so 1470. Remember we have 1472. Then here we have minus, which will become plus. So we'll have 1472 added to 4505. This comes to 5977. Therefore, multiply it with 0.24, subtract 0.17, which comes to 0.07. Now this will come to how much? 0.17 added to. So let's work out this. 1472 divided by 5977. So we'll have 0.246. Then multiply by 0 times 0.07. So here we'll have plus 0.1 plus 0.0 0.172. So plus 0.17. So this comes to 0.1872, then times 100% times 100. So we'll have 18.7. So our rate is 18.7. That is our IRR. So we find out that our IRR is 18.7. Now we are told we need to advise. For us to advise, we compare. Remember that the expected rate of return. Remember our expected rate of return was 17%, and our IRR is 18.7%. Now for us to advise, now we can advise, we say the business should undertake the project because the IRR is greater than the expected rate of return. So we advise that they should accept or undertake the investment because the IRR is greater than expected rate of return. If we could have gotten less than 17%, then we could have rejected. That is all about the IRR. Just need to know your concept on net present value. Then you compare the lower discounting rate and higher discounting rate. You know, you use the formula, then you get the answer. But remember, when we're advising the NBV, we said we use the one which is positive. The higher the NBV, the higher the percentage that the project can be accepted. That's all about for today's class. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next class. Thank you.